Everybody, welcome to our August 13th Talk About It Tuesday. I am just going to dive right in. I know everyone who is on is super excited about learning about the new ABC app. So we're going to just go ahead and dive in. And typically, we go over our team, and we're going to go over our new employee here, our app, some upcoming training and reminders, and a prize wheel for those who are live. InDigital is going to give away one of their cups for you guys. So we're going to put you in the prize wheel like we did for the user conference at the end of our webinar. So I know it looks a little different, but I love a picture with a face, a picture with a name. So I've put our team up here, and I am Laura, Education and Outreach Program Manager. This is Daniel, Education Outreach Technical Specialist, and then Leah Misseldine, our Executive Director, Adam Brown, our Deputy Director, Michelle Peel, Program Coordinator, Anderson Brooms, our GIS Program Coordinator, Nita Jackson, our GIS Specialist, and all of our contact information is below. So you have our email address. It's all of our first name at al911board.com and our office phone number right at the bottom. Everything good with volume?
Yeah.
All right. So first, we would like to welcome our new team member. This is Jessie McKinley, and she is our new Education and Outreach intern. She will be responsible for assisting us in standardizing and normalizing our data as we transition into using the ABC app. She is in her 4th year at UAB for criminal justice, and she's really excited to learn about 911 aspect of public safety, and you'll get to meet her in upcoming events, but we're super happy to have you. Thanks for being here. All right, so we are going to dive right in, and we are going to talk about the 911 Board Central app, ABC, as we like to call it over here, or the Central app. So when you look at the screen, that is what the sign-in screen is going to look like when you go to app.al911board.com. Daniel's going to put that in the chat for anybody who is on. And when you do that, you're going to do sign up under Don't Have an Account. And when you do that, that will notify us. And we have Adam Brown is monitoring, and he will be approving these submissions in real time. So when you go on to sign up, you will be notified. We'll be notified, and we'll approve you to be a part of this. So before Daniel goes into the live instructional on this app for everybody, these are just some of the things that you'll be able to view or see or modify. So you'll be able to add any new employees to your data, to the database for your agency. You'll be able to upload certificates for 40-hour PST, EMD, or any other type of certificate that is obtained by anyone in your agency. You'll be able to upload external CEUs, and we'll discuss a little bit more about that after he goes over it. You can update names, email addresses, and things where we had that form prior where you'd have to submit it to change a name or change an email address. All those things can be done with just a couple clicks here. If an employee leaves, you can remove them. You can also edit leadership, view other PSAP information. So if you're wanting to see who is leadership at your neighboring agency, you'll be able to see that, and a lot of other features. He's going to show those things to you. And one of the big things is monitoring your compliance level for the PST certification mandate. You'll be able to see at what percentage your agency is, who is certified but not compliant, who is compliant, who needs what, all those details. And you'll be able to register directly on this app for training. As leadership, you'll be able to register your employees, and when the PSTs are added to this database, they will be able to register themselves. But if they register themselves, you will be able to view who in your agency has registered. So I'm gonna let Daniel take over, and we're gonna do a live instructional. You're just gonna get step-by-step instructions. This is also for the purpose of playing later for those who are not able to be here. So this may be a little bit of a longer Talk About It Tuesday, but we're hoping that we're going to get you guys headed in the right direction to start using the app pretty quickly. So Daniel, all you.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. That. Okay. So after you sign in or sign up, it will first go through an approval process like she stated. But once your approval is accepted, this is the screen that you would log into after you went back and logged back in, or you just refresh the page after you're accepted. The very first step that you get is your PSAP dashboard. So as you can see here, you've got your address information, your contact information. If we have your website or agency Facebook page, you can see that information there. And directly below, you'll see the leadership of that agency. This right now is a test agency, just so I can show you everything and how it works. Up here in the right-hand corner is the status, where you can see that whether you're compliant or non-compliant. I think almost everybody is compliant at this point. On the tabs here, you can jump through systems and see some of the information that we have based on your agency ECD annual certification form. If any of this information is incorrect right now, the only way to update that is to let us know so that we can update it. We may or may not add a way for you to update this information directly. And then here you can see stats, which show your compliance rate and your certification rate, which those are different. Compliance is those who are certified and have completed reciprocity and are past the 360-day requirement. Your certification rate is those that have finished a 40-hour PST course, regardless of how long they've been there. So those numbers can look different because of that. From the leadership page here, you can see some details, but you can also click to edit and say that you have a title change or an email change, or you have a different office number. You can make all of those changes here. The role right now is tied to the ability that you have to do stuff inside of the app. So you'll need to notify us if someone is moved from deputy director or PSAP director or operations manager, anywhere that they would move in here. And this is only, the roles listed here are only leadership roles within the PSAP. So we're going to work down here, the left side menu. The next tab is My PSTs. So this is where it lists all of your PSTs. We've got some good ones here. Simone Biles, Sarah Palin, Nick Saban. I don't know if you've heard of them. They do pretty good work. So this is showing their name, their agency, which the department for most people is going to be the same, but for the larger agencies, you do have sub-departments, and then their role. The role is not exactly their title because everyone uses different titles, but we like to standardize it. So if you see PST, that can mean dispatcher, call taker, a multitude of different things. And then we like to know if somebody's a trainer, a supervisor, part-time, or if they're in leadership. Their certification status is going to show a couple of things that can be not certified, PST certified, which is completed the PST 40-hour course. You might also see enrolled in a board program. That's if you've notified us that they're going to be, or they enrolled in a 40-hour course that they haven't completed it yet. You'll see that status there. The compliance due date is a calculation of 360 days past their hire date. So when you see that, that is the date that they need to be compliant by for it to count towards the compliance percentage. And the total CEUs, this is something that Jesse's going to help us with a lot. Right now, we have all of the information from Virtual Academy downloaded, but we do not have it perfectly tied to each individual user and sorted out how it needs to be sorted. So there's a lot of records to go through to get that normalized. This will look better and better as we go. And we're going to work PSAP by PSAP to get those records done, and we'll let you know once those numbers on here can be trusted and relied on. From here, you can go into your individual PST, see their information, their date of birth. That is her date of birth. I did look that up to make sure I got it right. Got to be thorough. This is where you see their title and their hire date, past affiliations if they've worked somewhere else. And you can see that the rest of their information here, when they've completed reciprocity, if they had done competency, and then missing here because it's just not full information, this is just test information, would be if they were certified through APCO, IAED, PowerPhone, any of those certification companies or organizations. If someone leaves your agency, there's no form to submit. you would just come up here to look at their individual details and click left agency. And it will come up with a secondary form where you just put the type and then the date of when they left and then save, and then they're immediately removed. We get notification that somebody has been removed, but what comes out of that is you can immediately see the update on your agency. It immediately updates your statistics. So if somebody leaves that was not certified and now your completion percentages are better, you'll see that immediately. And we don't have to go in and manually do anything like we currently do with DocuWare. You can edit the PST here and change some of the things like date of birth, email, title. You can change their role. So if they went from, if they're part-time, but now they are full-time and they're a trainer, you can multi-select here as well by holding the control button and give them multiple roles. As Lord knows, people in 911 have multiple duties. That is about all there is to see on the MyPST side. You can have a, what? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You can click non-compliant to just narrow down your list for those that have a lot of people in your agency. If you just want to see those that are not fully compliant, just clicking this tab up here will filter that list and show just those that need some kind of information done. The add new PST button. So say you hire someone now, this is where you would do it from. From the MyPST screen, you click add new PST. You select these. These are filtered based on where we have your information. Select their hire date. Date of birth. That's too late.
In that notes box, you are welcome to, so when you submitted your DocuWare forms prior, where you added things like maybe spoke to Laura, this employee was at a previous agency and was certified. If it's not very clear, if there are those circumstances that we kind of have to assess individually, if we've discussed it, you've talked to Daniel or anybody in the office, if there's any note that you think would be relevant when you're adding them, please do so. We can scroll through those and it makes it easier on our end and yours if, for instance, you and I spoke and then you add someone and Daniel's the one approving it and he's like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right.
Right.
There's a little bit of good communication for all of us. So please use that box if you are able to, and there's a reason to do so.
So for now, when you enter the DocuWare form, you submit it to us, we process it, and then that's it. You know that you'd let us know, but you don't actively see it. We added this person just now, and you can immediately see that they're on your list. You can see the compliance due date, immediately populate, and you can add their certification if they've done one. You could just go right ahead and do it. I'm not going to do that now because we're going to get into that here in a second, but that is how that works. If you have somebody that you need to see their certification information, so we're going to look at Sarah Palin. If you scroll down, you'll see here their certificate. Now, this does not show everyone that we currently have listed because we have all of those records and we have all of those links, but they're not tied to the individual people and they're not listed as what they need to be. This will update as Jesse works through going through all of the data. So you will not see this on everyone that you have now. But this is how it will look is when you have the 40-hour course, the date that they completed it, and you'll be able to look at their certificate directly. I can't get back up there. Now jumping to the certifications tab. Here you'll see all of the courses that everyone has taken for the PST certification, 40-hour PST certification. We will eventually add tabs on here for EMD, or if we start tracking any other certifications that will be under this tab. They are tied together with the CEU records, so you won't end up having to look in two places. It just makes it easier to know where to put them in. But One thing that's nice about this is when you add your certification, a lot of us will certify many people at once. This list is automatically filtered to list only those that you have in your agency that are not certified already. But you can select multiples, put what they completed. Make sure I clicked it. And then you've got it there. And that record will show for both of them. So if you were to go to Tom Cruise's or Jane Doe's, you would see that certification there, and the upload goes together. So if there were the certificates here, you'd see both certificates under both of their names, but it just makes it easier for uploading. Jumping to CEUs is very similar. You see all of the things that were completed for every person that you have. I haven't had a lot of records here. And again, these will add as we correct the records that we have, but you can add CEUs here. Again, selecting and putting who attended said training. Say that they did a class attendance, on scene first, put the title. I'm not sure what that one she did was. It was 8 hours, completed on August 1st. Upload the documentation for everyone that you have listed there, and then click save, and that gets added as the CEUs on there. So those are the two things right now, and these two tabs, certifications and CEUs, are the ones that are the most, for lack of a better term, under construction. They're going to have the most change that you're going to see as we validate and get all the records in from Virtual Academy, and also add some features. Just 2 days ago, or just yesterday, with Caitlin from Shelby County, there was a particular thing she needed to do, and I'm working on adding it now. So those kind of changes can be made in real time, where you find that a particular thing that you're doing for certifications or CEUs needs to be done a certain way, and we can just add it in here. So the next tab is training. This is specifically for board hosted training, which if anybody follows us on social media, we have a lot. These are the classes that we currently have listed as open and able to register for. So to register somebody for that class, you would just go to it, click details. It has any of the information that we have here, which is available seats, wait list, capacity. You can select your agency and select which PST you want to add and register them. There's a slight delay.
While you're doing that, Mary messaged and said she signed in and created a password. It says she's logged in, but not permission. Where do we go from there?
He may be working through those. You may be in a leadership position that we don't have you specifically listed as in a leadership position. The way that we have that information is again from the ECD annual certification form, and we may have you listed as under a PST or a PST supervisor, but not specifically in the leadership role. If you are not getting access in real time, it may be because we have a backlog, but it also may be that we don't have you in there as leadership, and we'll have to add that. If you don't have access to it now, we'll get it to you likely before the end of the day.
I'll ask her.
So right here is an easy way to sign up for the training, but also a nice way that you can see if they have signed up or if anybody from your agency has signed up for that class. Because as they sign up via the public link or from the social media link, you'll see them show up here. And if you need to, say there's a staffing issue, Simone can't go, she's busy, she's in Paris, so I got to withdraw her from this class. You just click this button and then she's immediately shown as withdrawn. She will not be listed on our roster for that class. And if anyone has used this is also part of the app, but if anybody's used the new registration for classes, attended a class and done your sign in digitally now, and we also can take locations from if you want to offer your agency or an agency that you know of as a location that we could host a class. All of those things are also built into here. They're just publicly available. The next one is Alabama 911, which is just it's where you can find the contact information for ECDs and PSAPs. There's not a lot of info that you can see here right now. If you have a built-in soft phone on your computer, you can click this and it'll start dialing the number. But we are going to add more information here so that you can see maybe the contact that you want to speak to there. So like the PSAP director, all of the information that we have, we can put here. We're just still in the process of deciding what is visible or shouldn't be visible. But this is also an important part of if you're hiring someone that has previously worked at another agency, you would come to this first. If you were doing the add new PST, it would tell you that there's a duplicate record and that you need to come here. But you'd go to unaffiliated PSTs and say you want to find, I'm going to just do Johnson. I'm sure we've got some Johnsons. You find who you're looking for and you just click add to my PSTs and they're immediately added to your roster. If we had them listed in here as completed one of these things, so Madison Johnson has completed the IAED course, when he gets added, he's already listed as PST certified or compliant, dependent on whatever his status was when he left. There will be some updates on CEU requirements that he may have to meet, but it's easy to just see everyone that we have listed and add them directly to your roster. If someone is employed at another agency, you may or may not get a duplicate notification when you're trying to add the PST. If that happens and they're still listed as employed at the other agency and they haven't been listed as unaffiliated, that will be right now a thing that we will correct here at the board, and you may not ever even know about it. The last thing on here is my info, and this is just to go a quicker way to get to your individual information, but you can also get to, if you're listed as a PST on your agency, you can get to from here as well, but it's just a little bit quicker way to get to if you need to get to just your information. And then the last one is the new one. Anyone who uses AL911.net, this is just an app to get there from directly the ABC Central or the Central app. Otherwise, I don't think I have anything else to go over. It's fairly simple and it should be easy to get through. If there's anything that you find that is obtuse or doesn't make sense to you, let us know. I can make the changes immediately. This is created entirely by me, and we can make changes on the fly if you find that there's something that you want it to do or that it needs to do, or an idea that you have that it should do. We can take all of those and do what we can with them. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and stop share. Jump it back to you.
Sorry. Okay, so Daniel's gone over these things that are listed here, but a couple of things that I want to touch on that kind of will tag on to the things he's shown you and told you. If you are joining today and you gain access to the app and you begin to use it, we do not want you to continue to use the DocuWare forms. So adding a PST, removing, making modifications on name and email, uploading their certificate or notifying us that they are certified with their 40-hour PST. We do not want you to have to submit that. The whole purpose of this app and all of the very easy functions are so that you do not have to do those extra tasks, and it also assists us and it makes it a lot easier. So when you join and you begin using this for these functions, please cease using the DocuWare forms. Those will be cut off at a point. So after today, we're going to give it 2 weeks for anybody who was unable to join us today that goes back and watches and requests access. And at that point, we'll reach out to any other leadership that has not joined and make sure they have all of this information and join, because we will have a hard, fast date. I anticipate the date that DocuWare will no longer be functioning in this capacity to be 1 month. So I would like 2 weeks and then 2 weeks and a stop, but that will be announced on social media and likely on the next Talk About It Tuesday and newsletter. But stop using DocuWare for the purpose of anything that you're able to do here, please. Next, when you are uploading CEUs, we do not need you to upload anything from Virtual Academy. So if anyone in your center has taken a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, any stock course that is on Virtual Academy's site, leave that there. We have a weekly report that comes in from Virtual Academy that is uploaded into this app. So it is not immediate. If you take a course for an hour and then you go to the app and look, it will not be there immediately. It will be on your Virtual Academy account. But we don't want duplicate entries. And so when you do Virtual Academy, it will automatically be sent to us every week. Then we will import it into the app and you'll be able to see all of your CEUs in one place. So do not send anything from Virtual Academy, only the external training he was showing you in class. If you do something online that is not Virtual Academy, any of the articles that you may read, roll calls, anything like that, we definitely want you to submit, but nothing that you take on Virtual Academy. And I know that he touched on this, but be aware of the CEU discrepancies. That is why Jesse is here to make sure that everything is accurate. And as he said, it will change as we get through each agency one by one. So don't be too afraid if you get on there and you see that you have no CEUs for the year. You're always welcome to check in with us directly. Email education@al911board.com for us to help you check. But you can check the Virtual Academy as well. If you find a bug, if there's something that you thought you're supposed to be able to do, or Daniel showed you and you do not have access to do that, or you are unsure exactly if you're doing it correctly, if there is something that you see could be done differently that you think of, we welcome that feedback and we need you to tell us that. So if you have been around a while, you know that we already had about 8 to 10 beta users on this first time going through using this to kind of give us some feedback on the usability of it on that side, because we see ours and we don't see what you guys are doing necessarily from your perspective. So we definitely want you to give us that feedback. And while talking about that, I'm going to stop real briefly. Caitlin Arnett from Shelby County 911 has used that as one of the beta users. And we asked her to just briefly speak if there's anything she might want you guys to know about the app, or tell us kind of what she liked about it. Caitlin, are you on?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Awesome. Would you mind sharing just anything that you feel comfortable sharing about how you've used the app, and anything that you have to add?
Well, first, I just want to say that it looks amazing. It's aesthetically pleasing, very modernized. Daniel, you did a great job. It's been very easy, very self-explanatory. Anything that I've had an issue with, I've gotten a response from either Daniel or Laura same day, usually within the hour. I have no complaints.
Okay. So I think he mentioned earlier that she had something that she needed to be changed, and he goes through and does that. And as I've done things in the app, as we've continued to use it in the staff, there will be things that I notice, and there will be things all of you notice. Even yesterday in our staff meeting, Leah noticed something that she wanted to be changed. And it's not to say that Daniel's magic, but Daniel's kind of magic. And if you have a request and it is something that will ease the use for everyone, we want to help, and that's what it's here for. So if you have something like that, please email us at our education email, or if you find an issue that is negative, or there's something that you feel could be done differently or better, or doesn't work properly, let us know. So that's what we need. The goal is for us to roll this out to the PSTs at the Gulf Coast Conference in October. So
And they'll have access to add their own CEUs, their own certifications, take
Yes.
some personal ownership of their occupation.
which I do believe is such a great thing for them as 911 professionals to take that ownership, but also it does take a little bit of the burden off of your training coordinator or leadership in your department. Of course, you'll still be able to see all of the things that they have uploaded as well. And then I know that I said don't upload anything from Virtual Academy, but if you have done the competency exam or reciprocity, that is still currently through Virtual Academy. So leave that there. We don't need that uploaded. For instance, if you have done the competency exam, you do that in the next month. And you want to add that certification on here, it goes to us automatically and we will do that for the time being. And we anticipate changing the reciprocity. It will be done through the app in the future. A lot of things will be able to be changed in the future and improve as we go on and find those pain points and move past them. But for now, we're going to continue the way it is for reciprocity and the competency exam within Virtual Academy. I know that right now the look of this is for a computer, but there will be a phone app that will be developed as we move forward that will be easier to use on your phone. So let's see. Yes.
I need to make one comment before we move off that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm getting the request for access. For now, the only access is for primary PSAP leadership. We've had a couple come from secondaries. We can get that information or get you access to your information and the information that we have from you, which will make some of those that have submitted their information to us. But right now, it does not currently work for you.
Okay, we're gonna go with questions in just a minute at the end, but I'm gonna finish all of the other things that we have for today, and then we can answer any other questions that are not in the chat that we haven't already answered. So we have a lot of upcoming training, as Daniel said, and I believe we calculated last month, we calculated for fiscal year 2024, the board have provided a little over 300 hours of in-person training. And while the summer is gone, and we all know that because school started back and we don't know where it went, that means that the end of the year is coming and the CEU requirements will be fast approaching. So if you need them, you want to send your people, please do so. We have gotten some phenomenal trainers to come, but you can look at our calendar and see that we have 15 classes between tomorrow or day after tomorrow and the end of September. So, and if you see this and you're like, well, I want to register for this class, if you go to that registration app link and it's not there, we have an open registration for it. But as soon as we do, and we announce that on social media, put it on our website, all we do is click a button in the app and we're able to open that registration. You'll be able to register then.
And I'm going ahead and sharing that registration link, the public registration link,
Perfect.
for anybody that may not have that.
Awesome. Thank you. So if you or anyone in your center needs a 40-hour PST course, there are 3 listed here in different areas that are being offered for anyone to come in. So in September 16th through 20th in Baldwin County, there will be an APCO 40-hour PST in-person course. And as you all know, it will not cost you anything and you will be reimbursed for the cost of your book by us. And December 2nd through 6th will be the first week that Frida, our new contract instructor, will teach the IAED in-person 40-hour course. And we have not decided on a location at this time because we really would like that first class to be done based on need. So we're soliciting any of you who have a need for that course. And I was going to show it to you, but I'll just tell you, there is a tab, like when you sign into the app and you see the tabs on the left, there's a tab on our staff dashboard where we are able to make training requests. And so when Daniel and I go to these training courses in person and talk to you guys and ask what kind of training you want, we go in and put that in the request. So we know who requested it, what agency, and what type of training they want. That also goes for this 40-hour PST. So when you have a need, all you need to do is email us. It could be 2 sentences, but let us know what you need and or what you want so that we can try and accommodate you, because we really want to remove any hurdle that you have for getting your PST certified. So that December 2nd through 6th is open for suggestion and need. So please email Daniel and myself at education@al911board.com. Would you put that in the chat as well? He's gonna put it in the chat. And let us know so that we can set that first location. And following December, we will have 1 class a month, and we will set those in different areas in the state. We'll announce it kind of like the calendar that I previously showed you. So you'll know when there is one nearby. So you'll be able to certainly get one of the ones in driving distance for you or your agency in that 6-month period. And then December 9th through 13th, Auburn PD will be hosting an APCO in person and asked us if we would be willing to announce that. So if you were in driving distance of that and you would like to attend that one, that is there. So that being said, if you are planning to host one at your agency and you would like us to put that on our calendar or our website, anything like that, let us know so that we can advertise that for you. You have something?
Yeah. There's a question from Michael K. About non-virtual academy courses uploaded to Virtual Academy to be imported in that weekly report. Things that have been prior to using the app are being imported, and a lot of that is what Jesse's going to have to go through. And when you say non-virtual academy courses, I'm believe you're talking about certifications uploaded or external training, and that has been imported. It is in the app. It's just not normalized or corrected. And once we get that there, you will see it, but it will go away once we go to this fully. We do not want anyone using the external training. We will stop that export of that information, and we will only be exporting weekly the Virtual Academy stock courses and the courses created by us inside Virtual Academy.
Yes. So just a little bit about the training that we do have coming up. If you attended our user conference and saw Kristen Scroggins speak on bridging generational gaps, I know you enjoyed it, because every person we talked to that attended raved about her session, and it was just an hour and a half, I believe. And she is coming for 2 days in September 16th and 17th. The 16th will be in Montgomery and the 17th will be in Tuscaloosa. It is a phenomenal class meant for everybody. It is meant for the PST, that's the, I guess you could say, the baby, the newbies, all the way up through leadership and everything in between, because it really, her training is phenomenal to really open your eyes about how to communicate the best and understand how those other generations communicate and need to be taught, and just worked with. And I think everybody that attended got so much from that hour and a half. So we'd really love for you guys to come. You can register. It is open for registration now. And these are 2 other courses that the Foundations of Emergency Mental Health Dispatching, that is going to be Thursday and Friday. We do still have some open spots. Thursday is in Huntsville and Friday is in Pell City. And then the public safety group will be coming the 22nd and 23rd to Florence and Clanton for the Am I Just a Dispatcher course. I think several of you do some of their newsletters and online content, so it'll be just more of that. And then, so excited to get you guys to save the date for our user conference for 2025. The week of February 3rd will be the week we're hosting that conference. We'll be in Birmingham again this year. And we're changing some things up, like having day passes for those who are local and can't come to all 3 days. We're going to have a lot of different things, but very similar in some ways. We learned a lot from our Daniel's and my inaugural user conference, and are excited about bringing those upgrades and changes, and hope that a bunch of you guys can join us. And
we do plan to again have a track for both leadership and for the frontline PSTs.
absolutely.
We had a lot of response from that about being beneficial. Certain classes that we did not even think that would get that much attention, got a lot of attention, and we're highly requested again. So we're really looking forward to doing that again.
Yes. In addition, we have attended, some or all of us, some of us in the office have attended APCO and or NINA national conferences recently and gotten some fantastic ideas, met some really great trainers. And so we're really excited about all the things we're going to bring this year. And we hope you guys are too. If you have questions about that, we will continue to post updates and things, but save the date for that. And we have upcoming Talk About It Tuesdays, August 27th and September 10th. Just a reminder, it's 10 o'clock every morning now, not 9. And the 27th will be the InDigital GIS updates and RapidOS additional features on September 10th. Just a little reminder and deadlines that we go over every week. Your legacy cost reimbursement should be submitted by the 10th of the month. Anderson and Michelle are not here to say upload, aggregate, validate, upload, validate, aggregate, all of those fantastic things. And if you are hiring, we would love to advertise that for you. And if you're looking for a job, we'd love to welcome you to come to our website and look for that. Trying to do as much as we can to get the word out for people, because we know staffing is an issue, and we want you guys to come here to look and come here to share. And PST certification reimbursement, if you submit that reimbursement request prior to the 10th, it will be paid before the end of that month. If it is after, it will be paid the following month. Currently, we are still using the DocuWare form for PST certification reimbursement. We anticipate that that will transition into our app at some point as well, but that is a DocuWare form that you are continue to use. Just don't want you to mistake that all DocuWare is going away right now. It is not, just the functions that we have given today for leadership within the app. And now it's time for questions. Does anyone want to unmute, ask us any questions that have not been put in the app or in the chat, excuse me? Okay. Okay, if you do not have any questions, we are going to do our spinny wheel. Oh, we need to do our spinny wheel. Sorry. We're going to give away a cup from InDigital. Thank you, InDigital. These are fantastic cups. Don't know what color you will get. It will be mailed to you. Daniel has put everyone's name in. I'm going to stop sharing and let him share the spinny wheel, and see who won the cup for participating live. And we're so excited you're here. We are going to try to continue this this spinny wheel prize situation for Talk About It Tuesdays, because the more of you who join, you learn and we learn, and it's better for everybody.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
I don't know if the sound will work. Elizabeth Lane.
Elizabeth, yay! Elizabeth, we're glad you joined us, and I'm glad that I've gotten to see your face a couple times in the last few weeks at trainings. Thank you for attending those and investing in your career and sending your people as well. We appreciate that. So that being said, Elizabeth, I'll reach out to you to get the mailing address where you want this cup mailed. And if you have any questions, just a reminder, the email address is education@al911board.com. You can find all of our contact information on our website. Also, this Talk About It Tuesday will be posted on the website. I will likely post it on social media as well, so that you can share it with your other PSAP leadership friends who weren't able to join us. And those of you who start using it, start telling everybody how awesome it is, because it is. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and see you later.